Tonight on News Prime, alleged 96 billion naira fraud. A dual panel reports indict Obaseki and impeach local government chairman. On the business, fuel tanker honors to lose 300 billion naira over proposed truck ban. On the foreign scene tonight, the Egypt Foreign Minister Yusuf elected to head African Union. And a sports boxing promoter, Eddie Harry, says Anthony Joshua not close to retirement. Hello and welcome to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Edikan Michael. A reminder, we are on DSTV channel 365 at start time, channel 276 free to air on NICAPsat. You can download the Global TV Nigeria app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. Now, tonight we begin by informing that Edo State Governor Monday Pablo has hinted that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission will prosecute some of the recently impeached Edo State local government chairmen indicted for allegedly looting local government treasuries amounting to over 95 billion naira. He said this position while receiving the reports of the Administrative Panel of Inquiry set up on 18 December 2024 to investigate the financial dealings of the impeached 18 local government chairmen who served from 4th September 2023 to November 2024. Besides the impeached local government chairman, the report is said to have also indicted former Governor Godwin Obaseki, leaders of the factional People's Democratic Party, and others. And also, Economic Rights and Accountability Project has urged the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Laimi Kadoso, to use his leadership position to immediately withdraw what is called the patently unlawful and unreasonable increase in automated teller machine transaction fees. The organization urged him to ensure that the exercise of CBN statutory powers and functions does not inflict misery on poor Nigerians and contribute to human rights abuses. Now, head still the Kaduna State has Governor Obasani of Kaduna has assured the 50 political stalwarts that defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress in Kaduna State that they will enjoy the same rights and privileges as all the party members. Prominent among those who decamped to the APC are former Governor of Kaduna State, Mukhtar Ramalan, Senator Shehu Sani, Senator Suleiman Okiri, the gubernatorial candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party in the last election, and Sani Shaban, a former gubernatorial candidate. The governor, who addressed a crowd of party supporters at Murtala Square at a mega rally held, said there is no difference between a party member that joins today and the ones that have been in APC for 10 years. A faction of the Labour Party, headed by the national chairman of the party's caretaker committee, Nadi Usman, and backed by the presidential candidate of the party in the 2023 general election, Peter Obi, and the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, has launched a comprehensive strategy to revive the party's fortunes in preparation for the 2027 general election. The strategy tagged Operation Recover and Redeem is aimed at addressing the party's internal challenges and repositioning it as a viable force with capacity to take power from the ruling APC in the 2027 presidential election. The interim chairman of the party in Ogun State, Abagono Olaolu, Sambo, disclosed this when he led a delegation of the party in the state on a courtesy visit to the Nigeria Labour Congress National Political Commission, where they expressed concerns about the party's current state. The House of Representatives has advised the public to be gathered by verified information regarding the $150 million bribery allegations against 3 of its members by the cryptocurrency giant Binance before taking a position on the matter. The Binance head of financial compliance, Tigran Gabriel, had named 3 federal lawmakers, Ginga, Philip Obese, and Peter Banke, as officials who demanded the $150 million bribe from him to prevent his arrest and prosecution for alleged financial crimes. Both Obese and the Onwosibe had dismissed the allegation in a separate statement, vying to use the instrument of the law to clear their names. The State Publicity Secretary of All Progressive Congress, APC, Imo State Chapter, Kajitan Duke, a chieftain of the party, and a former lawmaker representing Ngapala State Constituency in Imo State, and the State Legal Advisor Uche Nwozu have resigned from the ruling party. Amachibe has the details.
I am grateful for the opportunity to have served the APC Imo State in this capacity, and I appreciate the support, the trust that the party leadership and members have given to me during the term. I am proud of my accomplishment in office and what we did together. No regrets. As I have moved on to a new chapter, I am excited to announce to you that I have accepted the offer to become the official spokesperson of the Mazi organization.
I have decided to leave the APC. Let me first express my profound gratitude and commendation to our national leader, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his leadership ingenuity. To our dear Governor, Senator Hope Uzodimma, for his esteemed support and rare opportunities given to me in different capacities. Of this, I have decided to partner with the Mazi organization, TMO, an NGO that is deeply committed to humanitarian services and improving the welfare of the people.
Igbo Abeg Sociocultural Group Ohanes and Igbo has expressed their profound sorrow at the shocking news of the demise of Bayodele. Noting that he stood for Igbo at the darkest time of its history. The Deputy National President General of Ohanes in faction, Mazi Okerchukwu, noted that Igbo sympathized with the Southwest and Ododo and the nation for the great loss, noting that Ohanes and Igbo has declared a period of the mourning spanning 2 traditional Igbo market days. He said that the late health statement's passing has reverberated through the hearts and minds of those from the region, invoking a deep and collective mourning for a man whom they believe stood steadfast as a paragon of friendship and solidarity toward the Igbo. Raja's First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu's call for sustainable health financing mechanism that ensure efficient resource mobilization and utilization to strengthen Africa's healthcare systems. This was contained in a press statement signed by our senior special assistant and media, Busula Koiki, speaking in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, on the sidelines of the 38th African Union Summit. The First Lady stressed that Africa's economic growth and social stability hinge on the robust healthcare system that guarantees access to essential medical services for millions across the continent. Kwara State government has commenced the upgrade of 70 primary health care facilities across the state, 3 senatorial districts, elevating them to level 2 at the cost of 5 billion naira. Executive Secretary of the Kwara State Primary Health Care Development Agency, Professor Elolu, disclosed this during the contract signing ceremony at the agency's headquarters in Ilorin. And the Nigeria Police Force says it has neutralized 7 terrorists and recovered 23 firearms along with assorted ammunition in recent operations across the country. In a statement issued by the Force Public Relations Officer, Olumiyewa says operations were part of an effort to dismantle criminal networks and enhance internal security. The police operatives in Kebbi State trailed the suspects to the forest in the houses where they engaged the kidnappers in a gun duel, killing 4 of them and arresting 1 with fatal injuries. And our operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have dismantled a transborder drug trafficking syndicate, arresting 4 key members, intelligence-led operations. The agency's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Bafemi, said the crackdown resulted in a seizure of tramadol pills worth millions of naira hidden in the vehicle compartments, and the methamphetamine disguised as auto spare parts and other illicit substances across the multiple states, including Anambra, Cross River, Nasarawa, Taraba, Ekiti, and Lagos State. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has called for the enactment of laws prohibiting imposition of large sums of money at the polling unit. The suggestion was put forward during a consultative meeting attended by the Commission's official security operatives and members of Senate and House of Representatives. During the meeting, INEC's Director of Litigation and Prosecution, Taniwo Mohammed, said that politicians often carry large amounts of money on election day, claiming it for party agent and logistical expenses. Now, students from no fewer than 23 public universities and polytechnics have lamented the delayed disbursement of their approved institutional loans from the Nigerian Education Loan Fund as deadlines for tuition payments and examinations draw near. President Bola Tinubu signed the Student Loan Act into law on April 3, 2024 to provide a sustainable higher education funding for Nigerian students. However, in response to the fund's verified polls and ex-students from several institutions, including the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and Obafemi Awolowo University, Federal University Lokoja, and Lodoka Akintola University, and others in the northern Nigeria, expressed frustration over the large non-disbursement of the approved loans. The Tertiary Education Trust Medical Simulation Committee has presented its report at the Tertiary Education Trust Fund headquarters in Abuja. Chairman of the committee, Professor Wale Suleiman, while presenting the report, said medical simulation centers are virtually non-existent in Nigeria. Ramson Eno was there for Global TV.
The chairman of the committee, Professor Wale Suleiman, and his team came up with some findings in their report, one of which noted that there is an urgent need for all healthcare regulatory bodies in Nigeria to incorporate medical simulation in the education's curriculum of their trainees. He stated that there is need to accelerate the transition to integrated training curriculum in all healthcare institutions. The committee, in its findings, said the newly established Federal University of Health Sciences are uniquely positioned to incorporate innovative education and training modules in their curriculum, such as medical simulation.
There's an urgent need for healthcare regulatory bodies to incorporate and accept medical simulation training as a critical component of continuing medical education and proficiency training. There's a need to accelerate the transition to integrated training curriculum in healthcare in all healthcare institutions. The newly established Federal University of Health Sciences are uniquely positioned to incorporate innovative education and training modules in their curriculum, such as medical simulation. The newly established Federal University of Health Sciences represent the best opportunity for incorporation of medical simulation in the education and training of new generation, emphasis on new generation of Nigerian healthcare workers that can compete on the world stage. An example is that worldwide now, nobody uses, most developed world don't use cadavers anymore. They've transitioned to computer-based training, teaching in anatomy and physiology. So that's the one big example that,
In addition to the findings, the committee came up with the recommendation that will facilitate the implementation of the report, such as the establishment of simulation centers across Nigeria, medical simulation prototype, programs and equipment in the medical simulation centers, and funding mechanisms. Suleiman, in his final remarks and future direction, emphasized that one of the ways Nigeria healthcare can leapfrog the 21st century health system is through major investment in education and training of more healthcare workers that can compete on the world stage.
I believe strongly that one of the ways Nigeria healthcare may leapfrog into the 21st century is through major investment in education and training of future healthcare workers. People that can actually compete on the world stage. We're doing very well worldwide, but I think the way to get us there is through this investment in innovation. It's very critical. We can't continue to do the same way of training and expect that we would be able to compete. The second one is digital healthcare, which is telemedicine and remote patient care. Remote patient care is another element of healthcare innovation that would significantly improve access. If you're a great doctor and people can't see you, what's the point? So it's how do you now, for instance, even in my clinic in Lagos, 20% of
the chairman, Board of Trustee, Right Honorable Bello Masari, commended the committee for a job well done.
They have done and what they have presented. And I think, like you rightly said, this is the future, and we must embrace future as education and intervention organization. They say the future belongs to those who, I can say, and prepare. But how do we get prepared? It's through education.
At the turn of the 21st century, it has become increasingly critical to train young Nigerians to become familiar with technological innovations. Ramsey Enoch Agbo reporting for Global Television.
You're watching the live broadcast of News from Young Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When News Prime returns, the Djibouti's Foreign Minister Yusuf elected to lead head African Union. We have the details from the world of business as well as more stories from foreign as sports segment for you. Please stay with us. Welcome back. And out to business. Foreign exchange market turnover in Nigeria declined by 32.28% in December 2024, falling to $9.74 billion from the $14.39 billion recorded in November 2024. And this drop highlighted in the FMDQ Exchange December Financial Markets Monthly Report reflects the impact of ongoing foreign exchange market reforms and the broader liquidity challenges. The month-on-month decline of $4.64 billion in FX turnover came at the time the Central Bank of Nigeria intensified efforts to stabilize the naira through the various policy measures. Now, the National Association of Road Transport has expressed fear over the federal government plan to ban 60,000-litre capacity tankers following the rising cases of accidents involving fuel tankers. The association's president Yusuf Othman, in an interview with newsmen, says such move will cause a loss of $300 million worth of investment by the tanker owners. The federal government, through the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, is considering placing a ban on 60,000-litre capacity petroleum tankers. And out of us, in few heads of diplomacy can boast the longevity of the Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, foreign minister since 2005, who has been elected to head African Union's Executive Commission. He also won the required support of the two-thirds of the region's leaders in the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa to secure the post representing the some 1.5 billion Africans across the continent. The 59-year-old was deemed an outside shot against veteran Kenyan politician Raila Odinga, but observers have praised the career diplomat's low-key campaign to succeed the Chadian Musa Faki Mohamed and had the Pan-African blog. United States officials says Secretary of State Marco Rubio plans to meet Russian officials in Saudi Arabia in the coming days for the talks aimed at ending the war in Ukraine. America's top diplomats will be joined by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and the U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff. U.S. Special Envoy to Ukraine, Kiev Carlo, has said that Washington, Moscow, and Kiev will be involved in talks, but Europe was not invited. At least 18 people are estimated to have died during a stampede at the railway station in India's capital late Saturday when surging crowds scrambled to catch trains to the world's largest religious gathering. The Kumbh Mela attracts tens of millions of Hindus faithful every 12 years to the northern city of the Prayagraj and has a history of crowd-related disasters, including one last month when at least 30 people died in another stampede at the holy confluence of the Saraswati rivers. And Hamas has freed 3 Israeli hostages in exchange for the release of Palestinian prisoners in the latest swap under the ceasefire agreed by Israel and the armed group last month. The 3 hostages handed on Saturday, an American-Israeli Sergei Dekochen, 36, an Argentinian-Israeli Horn, 46, and Russian-Israeli Alexander, 29. In return, 369 Palestinians held in Israeli jails were released. Well, I move to sport. Matchroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has dismissed suggestion that Anthony Joshua is considering retirement despite his recent high-profile defeat to the Australian Daniel Dubious. And now the British Nigerian boxer suffered a devastating knockout loss to Dubious in his last fight, leading to speculation about his future in the sports, insisting that Joshua's preparation for the Dubious bout had been excellent, making the defeat more surprising. Now with Torson of Hori's recent retirement and announcement ruling out a potential all-British shutdown, and hints Joshua's primary focus remains winning back the world heavyweights title. Uganda's Jacob Kilumo shattered the men's half marathon world record, clocking an unprecedented 56 minutes and 41 seconds. This remarkable feat saw the 24-year-old obliterate the previous record by striking 49 seconds, marking the most significant single improvement in event history. Kilumo's previous world record of 57:31 set in Lisbon in 2021 was surpassed by the Ethiopia's Yumif world record of 57:30 in Valencia in October 2024. Before we wrap up on the news prime, let's take a look at the top stories tonight. We told you Edo State Governor Monday Pablo has hinted that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) will prosecute some of the recently impeached Edo State local government chairman indicted for allegedly looting local government treasuries. And in business, top the National Association of Road Transport Owners has expressed fear over the federal government plan to ban 60,000 liters capacity tankers following the rising cases of accidents involving fuel tankers. We told you on the phone soon a few heads of diplomacy can boast the longevity of the Mahmoud Ali, a foreign minister since 2005, who has been elected to head the African Union's Executive Commission. And finally, in sports, mushroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has dismissed suggestion that Anthony Joshua is considering retirement despite his recent high-profile defeat. And that's it on Global Television News Prime. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276 free to air and NICOMSAT. Can you follow us on social media platform now shown on the screen using @Global TV NG. You can also download the Global TV Nigeria app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. I'm Deacon Michael. Many thanks for watching and staying with us here on News Prime. See you again.